Kissing Coyotes by Marsha Vaughn. Listen up now. It all started down yonder at the watering hole when Jackrabbit started doing what he did best, shooting off his big mouth. "Roadrunner," said Jackrabbit, sitting back on his hairy heels, "you may think you're graceful, but I'm so gosh darn graceful I can dance the do-si-do with a rattlesnake without getting bit." "Is that so?" replied Roadrunner. "That's so." "Gila monster," Jackrabbit went on, "you may think you're frightening as lightning, but I'm so all-fired fearsome I can scare off a whole herd of longhorn cattle easy as saying 1, 2, 3, T-I-yippee!" "That's a mite hard to believe," Gila monster replied. "Believe it." "And Fox," Jackrabbit said, "you may think you're fast, but I'm so fleet on my feet I can run right inside a skunk's burrow yelling, 'Woo-woo, stinky poo,' and get away without getting all stunk up." Fox busted out laughing. "Jackrabbit, you could talk the tail off a turkey vulture and never tell a lick of truth." "You're all gurgle and no guts," Gila monster agreed. "You've never done one brave deed in your life," Roadrunner nodded. Oh, that got Jackrabbit so mad he thumped his feet in the dust. "Why, I'm so rootin' tootin' brave I can kiss all the coyotes up on Tabletop Rock." "Nobody can kiss coyotes and live to tell the tale." "I can," declared Jackrabbit. "Prove it," all the animals said. "I will," said Jackrabbit. "I'll go kiss those coyotes right now." It didn't take Jackrabbit more than 10 hops to realize, what a plumb dumb thing he'd done. He loped toward Tabletop Rock, hoping there wouldn't be a coyote in sight. Well, shucks, Jackrabbit couldn't believe his bad luck. Yonder, nosing in the dust, lay a he-coyote, a she-coyote, and a wee coyote. Before he could change his mind, Jackrabbit called up his courage. On quick without feet, he tiptoed timidly up and put a teeny, tiny kiss on the tip of Wee Coyote's paw. And guess what? Wee Coyote didn't budge a bit. Feeling a mite braver, Jackrabbit snuck up to She Coyote and lay a kiss as light as a feather on the tip of her ear. Kiss. And guess what? She Coyote didn't notice at all. Now Jackrabbit was bursting with boldness. He strode over, puckered up, and planted a big, juicy smoocheroo smack dab on the end of He Coyote's nose. Mwah! Smooch. And guess what? He Coyote didn't twitch a whisker. "Yee-haw!" Jackrabbit hollered. "I kissed all the coyotes. And guess what?" Whoomp! Jackrabbit found himself squeezed tight as bark to a tree between two dusty poles. "Ow, ow, ow!" howled He Coyote. "I caught a juicy jackrabbit." "Woo, he looks plumb yummy," said She Coyote. "Oh, can I have the first bite?" drilled Wee Coyote. For once in his blabbermouth life, Jackrabbit couldn't think of a thing to say. He started quivering and shivering and shaking and quaking. His ears started flip-flapping like branches in a breeze. In no time, they were tickling the tip of He Coyote's nose. "Oh, chewy!" He Coyote sneezed, letting his grip slip. Without so much as a "beg your pardon," Jackrabbit lit out like lightning. He hightailed it down the trail with that pack of coyotes hot on his hairy heels. Dust swirled in the air as they chased Jackrabbit up the ridge, down the ravine, and straight over Rattlesnake's Rock. spit. Rattlesnake didn't like getting stomped on by Jackrabbit's big kickers. "Oh, no, she don't," yelped Jackrabbit, dancing this away and that away as he dodged Rattlesnake's bites. That pack of coyotes didn't give up. They chased Jackrabbit up the gulch, down the gully, and into the middle of a herd of longhorn cattle. All Jackrabbit could think to say was, "1, 2, 3, T-I-yippee-yee!" That drove the longhorns loco. They stampeded right around Jackrabbit and took off. Now those coyotes were howling mad. They chased Jackrabbit through the prickly pear patch, around the REO, and right down into the burrow of a spotted skunk. "Woo, woo, stinky poo!" cried Jackrabbit, holding his nose in disgust. Skunk didn't take kindly to name calling. Flicking her tail high, she took aim and psst. Oh. But Jackrabbit was so scared and he was running so fast he simply that'll pass that stink awful smell. The pack of coyotes didn't fare quite so well. Ew, 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 pew, they howled at her. He coyote, she coyote, and we coyote ran lickety-splickety toward home as if a Texas tornado was on their tail. Now that big-mouthed jackrabbit was all tuckered out. He shuffled back to the watering hole, his tongue hanging out like a rubber rope. "Well," asked Roadrunner, "what happened?" wondered Gila Monster. "Don't suppose you kissed any coyotes, did ya?" snickered Fox. Jackrabbit sat up and grinned. "Not only did I kiss those coyotes, I dosey-doed with a rattlesnake. I scared off a herd of longhorns shouting 1, 2, 3, T-I-yippee-yee, and I skedaddled past a skunk yelling, 'Woo-woo, stinky poo,' without getting all stunk up. Now what do you think of that?" Before Roadrunner, Gila Monster, and Fox could answer, Hawk came circling down from the sky. "Howdy do, Hawk!" cried Jackrabbit, sitting back on his hairy heels. "You may think you're a fine flyer, but I'm a far finer flyer than you. I reckon I can leap off a ledge and glide above the desert without touching the ground all night long." Hawk ruffled his feathers, stuck his beak in Jackrabbit's face, and said, "Prove it." The